Click the link in the description for your free AMSOIL catalog. It's time for a quick shout out to some of our friends. B&B Auto Sales, your muscle car connection in Brookings, South Dakota. Above the Notch Car Club, a car club for auto enthusiasts in northern New Hampshire. The New Hampshire Muscle Car Club, the largest muscle car club in all of New England. MGM Classic Cars in Addison, Illinois. Visit mgmclassiccars.com today. Beach Hill Automotive in Bethlehem, New Hampshire, specializing in the repair, service, and towing of muscle cars and classic cars. Absolute Auto Body and Collision Repair in St. Johnsbury, Vermont. And lastly, I am your independent AMSOIL dealer. Click the link in the description for your free AMSOIL catalog. And last but not least, if you decide to advertise with the Muscle Car Podcast, this could be part of your advertising message. Well, good evening and welcome to the podcast. I'm really glad you're here. I have a robust lineup of muscle car entertainment on tap for you tonight. But before we get into all of that, I want to make sure that everything is working properly. So if you can see my face and hear my voice, I'm going to ask you to make a comment. Let me know where you're viewing this from and whether you're a first-time viewer or a regular viewer. Now, to our first-time viewers who are here tonight for the first time, we thank you so much for stopping by to check us out. We hope you enjoy it, and we hope even more that you decide to come back here each and every Wednesday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Time to join us. We go live every Wednesday night. We simulcast to 8 different places. Wherever you're viewing this, please come back here next week and join us. And also to our regular viewers, you are the ones who make this possible. You are the growth that keeps this thing going. We thank you so very, very much for that. We have a couple of comments coming in. Let's take a look at them, and then we're going to bring our guests on. Let's see. We've got Stacy and Art Fosler, regular viewers from Platkill, New York. Thank you so much for coming on. And, of course, my dear friend Donald Farnsworth is on. Thank you so much, Donald. Hope you're doing well. Let's switch screens here and bring on our guests. Get all three of us here just like that. And I've got to turn the microphones on. Gentlemen, how you doing tonight?
Very well, sir. How are you?
Doing well.
I'm doing good, Mike. How was your week?
Oh, very good. Busy, but good. Just the way I like them. Cool deal. Well, let's get right into it. We are on item number 1, and we've got my good friend Chris Roy here tonight. He was at a car show recently, and before I show you the image that he shared with me, do you want to talk this up, Chris, and tell us about your experience that you had?
Oh, sure. I went over to Airborne Speedway in Plattsburgh, New York, to meet John Schneider, a.k.a. Bo Duke from the Dukes of Hazzard. And that was kind of surreal because I never thought I actually would meet him, especially so close to home, if you want to call Plattsburgh close to home. And it was really an awesome evening, and it was just a great event and really worth the drive there and the night in the hotel and the drive back.
Yeah, for sure. And yeah, I think he lives in Louisiana or something, doesn't he?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
Sure. Well, that's all right. Now, in that situation, I'm going to pop that image on the screen again. Did you have time to actually spend with him and visit a bit, or was there a line of people waiting to get their image taken with him?
There was a line of people, and that was, and actually the meet and greet was an extra fee.
Okay.
But there were probably about 30 or so people waiting. So it was pretty quick. It was a very hot day too. I think it was like 90 degrees. So it was they probably kind of wanted to keep things moving to keep the show right on track too, because he was doing, I don't want to say a performance, but a race and talk to the regular audience, at a specific time.
Sure. Now, of course, this begs the question, and this is going to inject a little humor here, but was there an even more expensive fee for you to be able to ride in the car with him and do a creek jump?
There was. I didn't spend that. But I wish I could remember, but I want to say it was like $1,500, but I might be totally wrong. So don't hold me to that.
Really? Oh, so they actually had some kind of stunt that he would do with you, or?
Well, he drove around, kind of like around the parking lot, or I'm not exactly sure where he went. I was parked out, like I said, after the meet and greet. He did that for 2 or 3 other people. He went by my vehicle a couple of times, but I didn't really notice where he went. Um, I don't think he jumped any creeks or anything, but I did hear the horn a few times.
Oh, nice, nice. So basically, for $1,500, you could go for a ride with him.
Yeah, or whatever the price was. I'm sorry, I don't
Sure.
remember.
That's all right. Very cool. Very cool. I'm going to pop that image on the screen one more time. And
Okay.
yeah, I would have loved to have been there myself. I've always admired him as an actor and everything, and he did a great job as Bo Duke. And I've seen him in other shows and films and stuff. Great actor, great guy.
Sure, but growing up in the 1980s, I'm showing my age, but that's the way every pretty much every kid started his or her weekend on Friday night was watching the Dukes of Hazzard, and then ending the weekend was watching Chips. And I met both Eric Estrada and Larry Wilcox several years ago at a Comic-Con in Worcester, Mass.
Very cool. Very cool. And you're exactly right, because just about the time I got my permit, or just before I got my permit, is when that show started airing on the air, and that gave me all kinds of ideas to try for when I had my license.
Yeah, but pretty much, like, guys, that was pretty much the way most of us started our weekend. If for some reason we missed it, if we weren't home or whatever, then the whole weekend was totally. Well, I'm not gonna say
it. It was shot. Yeah. It's true, without the Duke's fix, and of course Daisy Duke too. That completed the whole thing.
Oh yeah,
for sure. Any comments or questions, Rob, while we're talking about this? Or?
Oh, that's such a famous car that is.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh,
But I'm going to pop it on the screen one more time. Yeah, it's got to be one of the most iconic cars ever.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, very cool.
And I'm not sure who the car belonged to, but I know he was on Facebook asking if anybody had a car that he could use for that weekend. But he was promised, I'll be kind to it.
Sure. Nice. No, they probably had to promise no creek jumps, I'm sure.
Right?
Or car chases.
Well, over Lake Champlain, maybe.
Yeah. Now, we do have a comment coming in. We've got Steve English on. I think he was on here last week from Mesa, Arizona. Yeah, thank you so much for coming on, Steve. And if that was you that was on last week, the town I was trying to think of that is east of Mesa was Apache Junction. I was locking up trying to think of the name of that town. Oh, and here we go. Stacy and Art Fosler. Art says he met John Schneider and Eric Estrada at Dead Man's Curve in Mahwah, New Jersey a couple of years back.
Oh, very cool.
Very cool. And then also, just to prove that Chris is a car enthusiast, let's take a look at his Mustang here.
One of two.
One of two. Excellent. Yeah, talk to us about that.
Yeah, I have a 2002. That's kind of high mileage. Well, maybe high mileage to some standards. It's 103,000 miles. This is a 2014.
Yeah.
That's got just under 30,000. I think it's like 28,000 or something.
Nice. And this is the 2013 we've been looking at?
2014, yep.
14, I'm sorry, yes. Excellent. Well, cool. Anything else we want to talk about on this subject before we switch gears? Or
no pun intended.
Yes.
Not unless anybody has any questions, or I'll just sit back and watch the show.
How many cars did they actually use to make the movie?
I'm sorry, Rob?
How many cars did they actually use to make the movie?
I can't count that high.
It had to be hundreds.
Oh, easily. Yeah. There is a number out there. I don't remember what it is, but there's a number out there. They went through countless cars. Probably one or two each episode, I would think.
Oh, yeah.
And I think they also figured out a way to take a Ford LTD and do a Charger, what is it, 68 or 67 Charger, do a body like that so it looked like the General Lee, and they were jumping that apparently. They'd find LTDs, Ford LTDs, and do that.
Wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah. Well, cool. And also to our viewers, please make comments. We're going to be looking at some video clips and some things. Anytime you have comments, questions, anything you'd like to engage with us, please do. Please make comments. It makes the podcast that much better if you're doing that. So let's pull up the menu here. Let's move on to item number 2. Pardon me. This is some footage from the 2021 Scottsdale, Arizona Good Guys Car Show. And this footage comes from the Destroyer 1320 YouTube channel. Now, it takes me just a moment to cue this up. So I've been queuing up the videos differently lately. The videos roll better, but it takes a moment like it is now. Yeah, it's just kind of locking up on me here. But the payoff is that the video is less choppy when it rolls. Well, here we go. Okay. And we're still waiting on it. I did click it. There we go. So we are back, and let me just line up the shots here. There we go. Yeah, thank you so much to the Destroyer 1320 YouTube channel for that really cool footage. You guys see anything you like in there?
Oh, absolutely. Oh, I'm sorry, Rob. Oh, absolutely. Everything. A lot of cool looking cars.
I like that Hemi.
Oh yeah.
Dodge sure made a statement when everybody else was building black cars, and they came out with a lime green car, and it was a hit. It was a hit.
For sure.
Yeah, I lost a bet one time with a person. I said, "Why would you put hood pins on a car like that?" He said, "It came factory." I said, "Nothing comes factory with hood pins." He pulled out his original bill of sale, and hood pins was an option.
That's cool.
Yeah,
I remember liking
they were the
those
first
too when I
ones
was a
that have
kid.
hood pins on a car. I always thought they were aftermarket, but no.
Sure. I remember too. It's funny you say that. I was probably 6 or 7. This would have been in the early 70s. We went to something where cars were on display, and they were all muscle cars, modern muscle cars at the time. And I remember seeing, what are those hood pins? What's up with that? And it was a Mopar, and the guy said it came like that, and it's to hold the hood down so it doesn't fly up, and if you're drag racing or whatever. Yeah, I thought that was really cool.
Yeah, but what a statement they did coming out with a lime green color car like that.
Yeah, for sure.
But it was a hit.
Yeah. For sure. And some nice crate engines in most of those cars too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Now, Chris, would you say, since you've got several Mustangs, would you say you're a Ford guy, or do you have preferences as far as different brands? Or
not really? I mean, I happen to like the Mustang, but all manufacturers make cool looking cars, and I seriously considered a Camaro. But nothing against the Camaro, but I just didn't like the way they sat. And
sure.
If I looked at to my left and to my right, I felt like I was almost had tunnel vision. I just didn't. I like to have a wide view.
Yeah, the visibility. Yeah, that makes sense.
To me, I mean, nothing against the Camaro. I just didn't. I just thought I was more like in a box.
Yeah.
And I don't know if anybody else experienced that or.
Yeah, I did. My former sister-in-law had, I think it was a 2012 or a 2013 Camaro, one of the modern ones. Beautiful car, nice car, but I sat in the driver's seat, and it just seemed like there were a lot of blind spots there, and that made me a little nervous.
Yeah, and that's why I went with the Mustang, and that was one of my primary premises for getting the Mustang, because the Camaro is so cool looking.
It is beautiful.
It wasn't because the Mustang had more horsepower.
Well,
cool deal. Well, let's see. We've got some comments coming in here. Stacy and Art Fosler said, yeah, he made the same observation I did, that they all seem to have modern power plants. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, and nice looking engines for sure. And a lot of them, not only I think were they crate engines, but they had kind of custom covering over, like a plastic covering over the engine. I'm sure there's a word for that, but cowling, or is there a word for that?
Cowling.
Okay, cool. Well, all right. Well, let's take a look at the menu here. We're on item number 3. We've got a quick announcement to make. We're going to go right into AMSOIL. Let me find my graphic. So this is the graphic, and I'm the wrong button here. Yeah, Rob, if you wanted to talk that up, the promotion that AMSOIL has.
Sure. Mike and I talked a number of times about the best way to buy AMSOIL. You can become a preferred customer. You can buy it directly from AMSOIL. $10 become a preferred customer. And they always offer you certificates, gifts, and stuff like that. And I know 2 weeks ago they're giving away these beer cooler cups or something. But this week they're doing if you buy $100, they give you $5 towards coupons, gift certificates, but they're going to double it for the next 2 weeks. Anybody buys any product between September 14th and 20th, you're going to get $10, and you can use it to renew your membership, to buy a hat, to buy stickers, or whatever, and anything else you want from AMSOIL. So they're going to double the amount of coupons, rewards they give back to you. So if you want a good chance to buy AMSOIL, sign up under Mike and become a preferred account. And if you order within the next 2 weeks, you'll get $10 worth of coupons as rewards instead of just the $5. So it's a little bit of incentive to help people jump on board.
Yeah, for sure. That's an incredible value as well, because not only with that preferred customer program are you getting the deepest discounts that are possible to get when you're ordering AMSOIL, but you're getting another 10% right off the top if you order here within the next, I think, 2 weeks? Yeah, until the 20th.
Until September 20th.
Yeah. And then we've got a graphic here also that shows all of the different benefits of being a preferred customer, up to 25% discount anytime you place an order. If you order over $100, you're getting free shipping. When your birthday comes around, you get a $5 coupon, and you normally get the $5 coupon with every $100 you spend. But as Rob was saying, you're getting $10 instead of $5, which is an incredible value. And it only costs $10 to join the preferred customer program. And if you're curious about that, there's a link right in the description, and you get started on that. And one last thought about that. At the end of the video, Rob, you'll see a video that Rob and I created a few months ago that goes into detail about the preferred customer program and some other things about joining the AMSOIL experience.
Yeah. And if you got any questions about any of our products, just send Mike an email. We'll help you out. If you want to know what product your car should use or need, send us an email. We'll help you out.
Sure. And then one last thought, since we are into the autumn months right now, did you want to make a quick comment, Rob, about some of these products?
Don't realize you got to change your antifreeze every couple of years. AMSOIL's antifreeze is good for 500,000 miles, and it gives you better protection, makes the rads and everything last longer. But a great product I like to sell is a coolant boost. It was designed for stock cars because they only supposed to run only water, but with it adding to the antifreeze, disperses heat faster, and it also makes your engine warm up faster for the wintertime coming soon. So if you're thinking about changing your antifreeze this time of year before the winter comes, we have it available for you.
Yeah, for sure. Cool deal. Well, let's see. So we're on item number 4 right now. We're going to take a look at a 1964 Cadillac DeVille. And this is for sale by our good friends over at MGM Classic Cars. Let me get that going here, that video file. It just takes a moment to pull it up.
What's up, everybody? Earl here, coming to you from MGM Classic Cars in Addison, Illinois. MGMClassicCars.com. Grab some popcorns. We got a show to show you right now. What a beautiful car. 1964 Cadillac Coupe DeVille. I mean, this thing is just beautiful. Great lines. It's powered by a 429 automatic transmission, power steering, power brakes, power windows, power seats, sitting on 24-inch custom wheels. Tires are in great shape. And their tires are wide. These are 25s. And this thing's just got a great, awesome look to it. This car has been totally redone and put together. All new interior. Engine's been completely rebuilt with less than 200 miles on it. Paint was done about 6 years ago. I found one tiny little flaw, but it is straight. Chrome is great. Look at that ass. I mean, come on. That is gangster. I just drove it and put about 100 miles on it in the last few days. Brakes great. Handles the road phenomenal. Suspension's all been redone. Underneath is clean. I've got plenty of photos of that. Everything's working the way it should. All your front chrome and badging's in good shape. I found one little piece that was missing on the car. It's right here. It's so tiny. It's right there. That's it. Paint is in good shape all the way through the car. Lines up exactly. Seems to be all original panels on here. Front quarter, excellent. Lines up great. Sport mirror, lines up the way it should on the bottom. This is all original panels. The door lines up. One little flaw in the paint. There's just one little bubble here. It's like a bone white color. Rear quarter's in great shape. Like I said, all original. All your glass, all the way throughout the car is in real good shape, and all your chrome is in real good shape. Trunk lines up exactly the way it should. I'm ordering a key thing because we lost one. We'll get that done right there. I'll get some pictures of the trunk once it's in. But all the glass, rear chrome bumpers in good shape. All new exhaust, suspension underneath this thing. And this is a treat. Look at this thing. Look at how big that tire is. It pulls a little bit to the left. These tires need to get, and wheels need to get aligned a lot, so. But they're expensive. Rear passenger quarters in great shape with no flaws. Lines up great with the door and underneath, as well as door defender. There's one tiny little scratch here. Let me get on an angle. Look at this there. All brand new interior. Let's take a look. It's got speakers in the rear. You can't see them, but I hear them. It's got an upgraded sound system and the original radio. Look at this interior. All brand new, way it came from the factory, leather interior. Headliner. Turnkey car. Just maybe the pulling on that one tire. That's it. All your power windows work. Look how nice this thing is. All your weather stripping's fresh, fresh, fresh. $92,429 on the odometer, and like I said, right around 200 miles on the fresh rebuild. Original steering wheel. Clock's working. Upgraded sound system with box. Bluetooth. Speakers on both sides. Super, super nice. Let's check out the jewelry under the hood. It is fresh under here. Great option. Aluminum radiator, keep you nice and cool. Super clean. $429. Look, brand freshly new. Power brakes, power steering. Great cruiser. All your belts, hoses, everything's fresh, fresh, fresh. This was just done.
So yeah, thank you so much to MGM Classic Cars for that really nice footage. What did you guys think of that?
Oh, that's awesome.
It's got a lot of chrome on it. I wouldn't want to have to watch that car.
Yeah, for sure.
The Cadillac made an awesome ride. My father had an 1881 Cadillac that my mother and myself had to sell, but I miss it so much we actually bought it back. Unfortunately, needs a little bit of work. That I need, and if anybody knows where they can get it, maybe they can talk to you, Mike. I need the tail fins. The plastic, and they just cracked with age.
Sure.
So I hope that's okay if I throw that out there.
Absolutely, yeah. If anybody knows anything about where you can find some tail fins, and that was what, an 81 you said?
81 Fleetwood Brome the Elegance, the big one.
Yeah.
And it just cracked with age, and
sure.
And the hood needs to be redone because a family member, when I was at work, put a canvas top on it because we're going to get a hailstorm.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, the canvas top rubbed against the paint and it wore the finish off. So it needs to be either rebuffed or repainted.
Sure. I do have a couple of people in mind. One of them is our friends over here at Beach Hill Automotive. They're down in Bethlehem, New Hampshire. He does a lot of restorations.
Okay.
And he does a lot with muscle cars. And then, let me put that back on so you can get your information off of that. And while that's up, I'm going to find another graphic.
Okay.
Another friend of mine. Well, actually, we're going to see him in the shout outs here right after this video, or right after we're done talking about this car.
Okay.
But it's the one in St. Johnsbury. But before we take that, I'm sorry, I'm scrolling around here trying to find my spot, where I need to be. We've got a comment that's come in. Oh, here we go. Our good friend David at Alaska Railroad says, "Good evening, my podcast friends. Had to stop by and say hi and leave the thumbs up. Got to go to bed. He's getting up at 4:30 in the morning." And yeah, very cool. Thank you so much, David. Great to see you as always. David is about a regular viewer as you could ever ask for. He's with us every week, and he's been having some things that are conflicting with his ability to watch the podcast, but he still pops in every now and then, and we're so happy to see him.
Yeah, it just interrupts everything, doesn't it? I mean,
it sure does. Yeah, and I have a day job aside from this as well, and that takes up a lot of time, which it's a necessary evil. I'm happy to have it. It's a good situation, but
exactly.
it's important to be able to pay the bills.
Exactly.
For sure. So yeah, we're going to do some quick shout outs, and we'll catch up with you guys on the other side in about 1 minute.
Okay.
It's time for a quick shout out to some of our friends. B&B Auto Sales, your muscle car connection in Brookings, South Dakota. Above the Notch Car Club, a car club for auto enthusiasts in northern New Hampshire. The New Hampshire Muscle Car Club, the largest muscle car club in all of New England. MGM Classic Cars in Addison, Illinois. Visit mgmclassiccars.com today. Beach Hill Automotive in Bethlehem, New Hampshire, specializing in the repair, service, and towing of muscle cars and classic cars. Absolute Auto Body and Collision Repair in St. Johnsbury, Vermont. And lastly, I am your independent AMSOIL dealer. Click the link in the description for your free AMSOIL catalog. And last but not least, if you decide to advertise with the Muscle Car Podcast, this could be part of your advertising message. So yes, I don't know if you caught that, Chris. Absolute Auto Body in St. J.
I
Sure.
saw that. Thank you, Mike.
Sure. Yeah, a good friend of mine, Dan B4, owns that. He does some excellent body work. And if he doesn't know, if he's not able to do something for you himself, I'm sure he has contacts.
Sure.
Sure. So let's pull up the menu here and see where we are. We are on item number 5. Now, this is some footage that was sent to us by none other than the gentleman at the center of our screen, Rob Hilditch. Do you want to talk about this before we play this, Rob?
I'm not sure which one you're going to show, Mike.
All right. Well, let's take a look at it and talk it on the other side. How's that sound? Let me just pull it up here and we'll take a look.
Have you owned it original?
Yeah.
Really?
Grandma.
Man, that's a lot of motor for a car.
See what it says? Owned by an old lady.
Yeah?
Got the shit out of it. Here, the lady loves your bug.
Yeah. Nice looking car. How long did it take you to do this?
This was actually, I did the motor and all that in about a night, and well, I built the motor like it took me all night to put it together. And then the body and that we've been doing over the years.
Wow.
So I bought it, had Chevy powertrain, we took it all apart and redid it.
Yeah.
And so we went back to work.
Yep. Yeah, that's nice when you go back to
This is
original.
real steel body, steel fenders, everything.
Nice.
It's rare, you won't even probably see it.
No, everybody's gone fiberglass.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
that's all that's left.
Yep.
That's all you can do. Wash the dog peas up when they.
Thank you very much.
All right, thank you.
Is this your car, sir?
Yes,
Like to talk it up?
sure.
How long you owned it?
I've just had it almost 2 years now.
Oh, yeah?
It came out of Kempville. It was a barn find. It sat there for 22 years. Forgotten treasure, and happened to see it for sale and
Yeah.
ran right over and bought it. So I spent the last 2 years through COVID putting it all back together and rebuilding it, restoring it. And this
Off-body-
is actually the first show it's ever been in.
This off-body restoration you did on it? Oh, did you?
Yep.
Wow.
Yep. It's quite a custom. It's got a 1996 Ford T-Bird suspension front and rear, so it's all fully independent with coil-over shocks, adjustable.
Right, so nicer than a new car, eh?
It rides like a rocket on a rail, actually.
Good.
It's 350 Chevy IROC Camaro engine and drivetrain in it.
Yeah?
So it's
Can
quite
we,
a beast.
can we look inside?
You sure can, yeah, absolutely.
Oh, nice job. You did inside.
Yeah.
That looks really good.
The door panel's all embroidered, 35 Nash Street Rod.
Nice. Can we look under the hood?
Sure, I just closed it, but it takes a little bit to get it open.
Yeah. Next, should we ask if we could drive it?
Back in the 30s, they bolted everything down.
Oh, yeah. So it's a major job to check under the hood. Wow. Man, is that fit in there nice?
Yeah, it's a nice snug fit. Had the radiator custom made. Actually, the top tank of the radiator is the original one from 1935.
Oh, yeah.
And there's a new 4-core center rad core in it for nice and cooling. Power steering, power brakes, rack and pinion steering.
Why would somebody want to do it on a car when they get something like this?
I don't know, it's just not the same feel.
Yep. Well, thank you very much.
You're very welcome.
So yeah, thank you so much to Rob for that footage. Very, very cool. We appreciate that. Any
Mike,
details?
you did a good job in improving that video.
Oh, thank you. Give it a little disco beat.
Yeah, that was a good job you did improving that.
Well, thank you. Thank you. No,
Too bad I made the video so late in the show because that was a snowmobile and car show all together.
snowmobiles too, yeah.
Yeah, and we were just starting to get ready to pack up, and I thought I better go over and shoot a video of some of the cars. A lot of cars have already left by the time I got there.
Sure.
But that one's that's the one we talked about last week with the hood ornament, eh?
Yes, yeah, I recognize that car and that guy too.
Yeah.
Cool deal.
And you know, I enjoy car shows a lot more now that you told me to talk to the people, see if they like to talk it up, because everybody likes to talk about their car.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and everybody's got a story.
Yeah, and they want to open the hood, they want to show you. And I even had a guy ask me if I want to go for a ride in it. I said, no, I want to drive the car.
Well, they absolutely do. You know, I don't mean to interrupt.
No, by all
you know,
means.
I work for the newspaper, and I try to find somebody who really has an interesting story to tell, and you usually can. There's actually a YouTube video. There's multiple YouTube videos about cars, but one of them, his father had to sell his Impala. So when the boy, he was a kid, then when he got a little bit older, he did a search, and he spent months and maybe years searching for the vehicle because he was always 2 steps behind. And finally, he found it in Montreal, Quebec. And he bought the car over the phone, sight unseen.
Wow, it was the same car his father owned?
It was the exact same car. Yep.
Wow.
Yeah.
And did he circle back and present it to his father? Or?
He did. It was. I'll try to find it here before the end of the show. And I'll PM it to you. Maybe you can put it up.
Yeah, for sure.
Yep. And it was. And the father was like, "What?" And he was in total shock because by the time he found it again, he was a father, and his father was a grandfather. If I'm saying that right, if that makes sense.
Sure. That's
Yeah,
cool.
I sent you a video of a similar story with that, Mike, where a guy followed the car down the line that he had bought and watched it being built.
Yeah.
And 5 years later, he ended up selling it. And 20 years later, he regrets selling it, and he bought identical car back.
Wow.
Now, he couldn't find his original one, but he bought one just like the one he followed down the line.
That's cool. I'll have to look for that. Did you send that recently, or?
Yep.
All right. Yeah, I'll have to look for that.
Yeah, I think that would have been the August 26th show I did.
All right. Yeah, I'll have to look for that. Yeah, we'll have to pop that up here on a future episode. Yeah, for sure. And then let's see. So we are on item number. Let me just get caught up here. Okay, so we are on item number 6. We're going to look at this is a show here in Newport, Vermont. I think Chris might have been at that show as well on August the 7th. This is Alan Wheelock's 2012 302 Mustang. And change screens. I apologize. It is more cumbersome now to pull up the videos, but when they play more reliably, which is why I'm doing this. It's worth the extra trouble and effort. So let's take a look at this this Mustang. So I see someone behind this car. I'm going to see if that's his car and see if maybe we can get him to talk it up a little. A nice 302. How you doing? Good. Nice 302. Is that yours? Cool. We're live on Facebook and YouTube. Do you feel like talking it up or giving a wave? No. No? I said we're live on Facebook and YouTube right now. We're doing video. Yeah. And do you feel like talking it up and just kind of, my name is, and this is my, like you're telling a friend about it.
I've owned this car for 3 years.
Yeah.
And it's an MP car.
MP, yeah.
MP, which means manufactured prototype.
Okay.
It's not even supposed to be here.
Really? Yeah.
They give them to Motor Trend and executives test.
Yeah. Before the model comes out. Yeah. Very cool.
If you look here, you'll see on the MSRP. It says right here, vehicle not for sale.
That's amazing.
And there's no prices on your upgrades. And these are the models that they know that are existing right now. This is mine.
Yeah.
And name of them, they have no information on them.
So there's what, a dozen or so in existence? Is that?
Yeah, there's that this many that's sold in existence. And then these they can't find any information, so they figured they're crushed.
Sure.
They crushed it.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's kind of rare to get a car like that.
Yeah. Very. Whoops. Yeah, we're losing. Yeah. And what was your name?
Alan Wheelock.
Alan Wheelock. Cool. Nice to meet you. Are you from around here? Or?
Eden.
Eden. Yeah. Cool. Cool deal.
Yeah, so it's pretty neat.
Yeah.
Thing to have.
For sure. And what can you tell us about it?
Well, it was built. The Boss Rail 2 was built to beat the M3 BMW on the Laguna section.
Sure.
And they succeeded. Parnelli Jones was the test driver. He run the 69 and 70 Boss 302s in the Trans Am series, and he won the 2 years in a row. So they had him test driving. He'd take it out on the track and test it and bring it back to Ford and say, hey, you need to do this. You're going to beat that M3.
Yeah.
And they came up with it at 444 horsepower.
444. That's amazing.
Yeah.
And to go up against BMW's Motorsports division and win is really impressive.
It is.
That's really impressive.
Yep, it is.
And so they made it to race, but they made some limited consumer editions.
They have to make
homologation, I think they call it.
Yeah.
Sure.
For public, they did be able to race them.
Yeah. And you've got one of the few that were made available for the public.
No, this was.
Or it was prototype. Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, prototype. Yeah. So it's not even that. It's not even one of the consumer models.
No, it's not.
That's amazing. So 444 horse, you said?
Yeah. Yep.
And you get this cross member here that stiffens up the front struts, I imagine.
Remember, your CDFB 39.
Was there a number on there? Oh yeah, look at that.
It's a production number. MP.
That's amazing.
It comes with 2 keys.
2 keys, yeah.
You have a great key, See there.
Yes, yeah.
The red key reflects everything. That's 100 different things on this car.
Sure.
The exhaust sound. It like advances the time in and everything.
Sure.
It has decibel shots all around.
Oh yes, yeah. So you click them to yeah.
Front rear.
So that other key's kind of more of like a valet key, just so people don't get in over their head with it. You get the Recaro racing seats.
Well, everything's actually an option.
Now, how did you come upon this?
I bought it off the dealer. He had it.
Really? Okay. Wow. This is my girlfriend Carlene, by the way.
So I bought it off him, but he never told me any of this stuff.
Sure.
I'm not sure if I'm supposed to know this stuff.
Sure. That's amazing. And what year is it?
It's 2012.
12, yeah. 10 years old.
We made him 2 years, 2012 and 2013.
Yeah. That's really nice. 285, 35s. Cool deal. Now, do you just bring it to shows, or do you ever take it out to ride it and enjoy it? Or
I had 11,000 on it when I got it. I think I got 20,000.
Cool. So you've enjoyed it a little. Yeah. Good for you. It's fun to drive. Yeah.
That's gonna sound old, so.
Nice.
That sounds like crazy.
That is cool. Oh yeah.
You can't see them, but
yeah.
The exhaust comes out really good.
Like you push a button and it opens them up. Yeah.
Well, there's a little damper there. You get down to their lights open right now.
Nice. Now, are they okay with revving at the show? And if so, are you open to?
I don't know. I don't see it going on.
All right. Are you open to giving us a hear? I'd love to hear it. Yeah. And if we're not supposed to, I'm sure they'll come tell us. Yes, please. And those cutouts. Oh yeah.
Track use only.
Oh wow. Is there a light on the dash that says, "Oh yes, track use only"? I wonder if I can get in there with the camera. Hopefully the camera's getting that. Nice. That's with the cutouts? That's nice. That's everyone's favorite song, right? Yeah, that's better than the stereo, right? Good deal. Well, cool. It was really nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
And yeah, this is on Facebook and YouTube. If you look for the Muscle Car Show and Tell podcast, search for that on YouTube or Facebook. It'll come right up. I'm going live right now to Facebook and YouTube. It goes to 8 different places. And I do a podcast every Wednesday night. Oh, good. Yeah. All right. I'll catch up with you. Cool deal. It was really nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
All right. Have a good day. Yeah. Cool. So what do you guys think of that?
Oh, that
was quite the sound.
I was actually on the other side of the blue car, so I was there.
Oh, you were? Nice.
Yeah, I was right next to him.
Yeah, now that you mentioned it, I remember seeing another Mustang. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool deal. So yeah, that's right. I remember seeing you at that show. Yeah. Now, do you know him, Chris?
I don't.
No? Okay. So I don't know if he's part of the Cars of Yesteryear. We're both involved with the Cars of Yesteryear Car Club. So I don't know if he was part of that or just showed up with his car. Or...
I think he just showed up. I mean, as far as I know, it's an open show, so you pretty much show up and they'll try to find a spot for you, and doesn't always work, but it did for us.
Yeah, for sure. Any thoughts on that car, Rob?
Oh, I love the exhaust on that.
Yeah.
Is that car road worthy, legal?
Yes. Yeah, but apparently it's just a manufactured prototype or something, just limited editions of them.
Yeah.
And I would imagine over, as time passes, that would become more and more collectible and valuable.
Yeah.
With such a limited run of them. Well, cool. Oh, the other thing I wanted to mention, Chris, circling back to that Cadillac, if you ever have a chance, I wonder if you could do like a walk around video of it, hold your camera horizontal like this for a wide shot and just kind of talk it up and, just let us know this is a project I have and kind of talk it around like you're talking up, like you're telling a friend about it. And then share the video. We'll put it here on the podcast so we can all enjoy it. And especially too, as you make progress with that project, maybe do updates every now and then.
Sure. Well, it's probably going to be on the back burner. I can't do it right now. It's about ready to go be put away for the winter.
Sure.
But I would need help doing this. It's something I can't do myself. So, I would need somebody either to do it or help me do it.
Yeah. Maybe I can come by sometime.
That would be awesome. Because, I haven't been able to drive it much because I'm a little bit embarrassed about the tail fins.
Sure.
So yeah, I'm right here in town. So if somebody could help me, that would be totally awesome.
Yeah, and I'm just a few miles away, so it'd be easy to do. We'll just figure out a time.
Yep. I mean, I don't broadcast because of my job. I don't broadcast exactly where I live, but I can, PM it to you. Absolutely.
Yeah. Cool deal.
Yeah.
Cool deal. Cool. So we are on item number 7. We're going to take a look at a 1969 Chevy C10 pickup, and this is for sale by our friends over at B&B Auto Sales. Let me get into the right place here to pull up the video. And here it comes.
Hi, this is Dirk from B&B Auto Sales, and today we're going to show you our 69 Chevy C10 four-wheel drive. It is a short box, does have a lift on it as you can see. I'd say probably all of a 4-inch lift at least. So a bigger lift. It's got LED headlights, custom paint, two-tone. Truck was originally red, and they painted the top black and then kind of a copper color there. You can see some red underneath the grill surround. Got a ding there. Like I said, this is just a driver quality truck. Just a one to go out and have some fun with. You don't got to spend $50, $60, $70, $100,000 for a short box. These trucks are really depreciating, so any one of them is actually a good buy. So interior is very nice in it. They did houndstooth on it. Got new carpet. Dash pad is raised a little bit over there. Modern stereo. There's some gauges. Does need some work on the heater controls. We fix them all the time, so we'll be getting that done. They painted the door panels with kind of a silver. They got custom handles, so butt nice and solid here. You can see that's been fixed at one time. They like I said, amateur job on the paint work and the body work. And they drove it some after they did it. That's why you're going to see some rock chips and They rhino lined the bed, and they got some holes in the front and the rear. I don't know. Certainly should have fixed them. There they got the custom tail lights. So, not selling you a perfect truck. I do have a perfect one that I restored myself. That's almost twice the money. So, depends what you're looking for. If you're looking for a show truck, I got one of them also. Or you're just looking for one to go out and drive. This one will do what you need it to do. Like I said, you can see some chips and scratches here and there. So if you got any questions, give me a call, 605-695-7391.
So yeah, thank you so much to Dirk at B&B Auto Sales for that footage. What are you guys thinking on that truck?
Oh, that's nice.
I'm looking up, see if I can find the price, Mike.
Cool deal. Yeah. And like you said, for just like a great driver, something you can enjoy. It doesn't have to be a trailer queen,
They're hard to find, the short boxes.
Yeah, for sure. And I
Yeah.
really like the color scheme on that. That really set it off nice. And he's got it lifted a little bit with some nice wheels and tires. And we've got a comment coming in. Let's take a look here while you're looking for that. Here we go. Stacy and Art Fosler, they're commenting on that Mustang, that 302, talking about cutouts or the cool factor. And speaking of cutouts, I don't know if you remember that Chevelle that Art Fosler has. He's got some cutouts on that Chevelle that were a lot of fun. We had him on with that a couple of months ago. Yeah, very cool. So let's see. We're going to do some quick shout outs, and maybe on the other side of the shout outs, if you're able to find the details on that truck, or have you found it yet, Rob?
No. There's about 10 B&B Auto Sales.
Gotcha. All right. This
What
one's in
town was that one in?
Brookings, South Dakota.
South Dakota. Okay.
Yeah. And tell you what, we're going to do some shout outs, and we'll catch you on the other side in about 1 minute and see if you've been able to find that. It's time for a quick shout out to some of our friends. B&B Auto Sales, your muscle car connection in Brookings, South Dakota. Above the Notch Car Club, a car club for auto enthusiasts in northern New Hampshire. The New Hampshire Muscle Car Club, the largest muscle car club in all of New England. MGM Classic Cars in Addison, Illinois. Visit mgmclassiccars.com today. Beach Hill Automotive in Bethlehem, New Hampshire, specializing in the repair, service, and towing of muscle cars and classic cars. Absolute Auto Body and Collision Repair in St. Johnsbury, Vermont. And lastly, I am your independent AMSOIL dealer. Click the link in the description for your free AMSOIL catalog. And last but not least, if you decide to advertise with the Muscle Car Podcast, this could be part of your advertising message. Cool. And we are back. Did you have any luck with that, Rob?
They have a lot of vehicles for sale.
Sure.
Haven't found it yet.
Sure. That's all right. He's got some good inventory.
Yeah.
Well, cool. Well, let's do this. Let's take a look at one more video, and then on the other side of that, see if you've been able to find that, and we'll take it from there. Let me pull this up. This is from the Carlisle Chevy show, and we got some burnouts to look at. We were looking at some burnouts last week. Here's another one as part of that segment. Let's take a look.
blows a tire and rips that rear bumper all to shit.
90 seconds to go on the burnout, 90 seconds.
Got it all taped up like that's going to do something. Oh, it's the other side.
Okay, go, Ed! Let's go, get him off!
Oh, you fizzled it!
Slowly closing out of the tire.
That don't even count.
All right. So, birthday Jordan is on your king of the hill.
Just the fanboys.
How about Chris? Well, the camera, you've got Chris over here in the 73 Chevy. He is our king of the hill, our winner. And Chris, after Jordan rolls out, we'll have him pull up just a stitch. We'll take a picture, give you your trophy and whatnot. Congratulations to Chris.
Cool deal. What do you guys think of that?
That was awesome. That was really cool.
Yeah.
They actually used to do that a couple of places in Orleans County. They did it a couple of years at the fair.
Yeah.
And I believe when they used to have the stereo contest in Newport Center, I believe they had one there too.
Yeah.
You know, I call it the Boom Boom contest, but you know, the one with the loudest, you know, the loudest stereo, and they went in there with, you know, shut the doors, shut the windows, and took dB readings, and whoever had the loudest sound system won. So that was pretty cool.
Nice. Nice. They've got one, and I always miss it every year, but from the edge of this property here where I live, you can look down into Quebec. You know where the bowling alley is, Chris, on the other side of the border?
Yeah.
We can look down on that from our house, and every year, every summer, they have a burnout contest over there. And I almost think they have a stereo contest too, because we can always hear it. I always manage to miss it, but
well, the last couple of years we couldn't cross the border anyway.
True, yeah. But a lot of times you can watch it from the top of the bank at our place. But I just whatever reason I'm just not here when they have it. I always hear about it from the neighbors. But it's,
So those people bring a trailer for they can tow the car home afterwards.
I hope so.
Be no tire left.
Oh, for sure. Now, did you have any luck looking for that, Rob? That truck?
27.5.
27.5. Yeah, that works.
Yeah.
Cool deal. And then we've got a comment that's come in. Outlaw Mercenary gives us a bunch of smiles. Well, thank you so much. And if you're a new viewer, Outlaw Mercenary, thank you so much for stopping by. We hope you had a good time tonight. We're here every single Wednesday night, 9 p.m. Eastern time. So we simulcast to 8 different places. Wherever you're viewing this, come on by next week and join us in the fun. It's a great time. And then before we finish, I wanted to give another opportunity to see why Chris was here tonight. We're going to pop that graphic on the screen. Chris had a chance to meet none other than John Schneider. That was this summer, wasn't it? It was a few weeks ago, a month or two
It was
ago?
just a few weeks ago too, and he was actually signing autographs too. And I had a few things I had him sign, and he was kind of amazed because the folks who remember Ames, I bought a General Lee at Ames for like $9 or $9.99 or something. And I kept it in the box all these years, and he autographed for me, and he was like, "Oh, geez, now look at that, the $150, $200." So
yeah, easily.
And ironically, I wanted him to sign a DVD collection. You know, I had, but I couldn't find one, so I happened to go into Walmart in Plattsburgh, and I walked right upon it. It was the last one in the store, and I grabbed that like an hour before I headed off to the show.
That's amazing. Cool deal. So yeah, now you have some autographed items from John Schneider.
I do.
Very cool. Very cool. And then in the spirit of all of this, I found this Dodge Charger ad. It's a 73, a different year, a few years later. But that was from one of the magazines that I have. Just wanted to pop that up on the screen since we're in kind of a Mopar mood here. But yeah, it's that time to close out the program. Any final thoughts, Rob, before we finish it up?
Great show, Mike. Had fun being here.
Cool deal. Appreciate you being on. Chris, any final thoughts?
Just thanks for having me on. I certainly, I'll be welcome to do it again. And like I said, thanks everybody for watching.
For sure. Yeah. Anytime you have something muscle car related, Chris, to talk about, updates on the Cadillac or anything else, just keep us in the loop. We'll bring you on.
Sure.
Or if you met another movie star, let us know.
Yes, exactly. That's right. He's meeting them left and right.
Well, I was I was an extra in the movie. If that matters.
Nice. Yeah, tell us real quick about
counts.
that.
Well, that was a movie called The Luring, Luring. It's kind of a very horror film movie that was made in kind of Caledonia County and Orleans County.
Yeah.
They used a backdrop in the bowling alley at Missisquoi Lanes, and they also used a backdrop for Lindenville and the producer's home in Lindenville before he sold it.
Yeah. Very cool. And that was fun.
That was fun. A long day. And of course, you could only see me for like maybe 15 to 20 seconds. But it took hours to make, obviously.
Sure. Cool deal. Let's see. We've got one last comment that's come in. Oh, here we go. My good friend Donald Farnsworth. He said, "Good show, guys. Thank you so much, Donald." He and I did a Harbor Freight run this past weekend. Had a great time. And we do that every now and then. You got to love Harbor Freight. Well, cool. So that's it, guys. Thank you so much for coming on. As
Thanks for
always,
having me.
As always, we give the last word to Amsoil. Hello, everyone. This is Rob and Mike. How you doing today, Rob?
I'm doing good. Mike, yourself?
Very well. Thank you so much for coming on. I appreciate it. Now, today, we're going to be talking about Amsoil. And in a few moments, we're going to show you how you can get the deepest discounts, free shipping, and free gifts when you order your Amsoil products through us. But first, I'm going to ask Rob to give you a quick description of what Amsoil is and why you should consider using Amsoil products in your motorized vehicles.
Thanks, Mike. Amsoil is 100% synthetic oil. Everybody uses Amsoil for a different reason. Some people like the benefits that Amsoil is warranted for 25,000 miles or 1 year. The reason we can do that is because Amsoil doesn't oxidize. It doesn't form the usual carbons, gums, sludges like petroleum oils do. That's why we can keep it in the engines longer. Petroleum oils never do wear out. They oxidize themselves. That's why they have to be changed at 3,000 kilometers. And Amsoil likes the benefit that you only have to change the oil once a year. That saves them money. Some of the people like the benefit of Amsoil is it's a slipperier type lube. By having a slipperier type lube, it cuts down friction and drag. By less friction and drag, engines run 20 to 50 degrees cooler, better gas mileage. Now, Amsoil says 25% more protection than the industry requires is in the Amsoil bottles. My average customer gets about 10% increase in gas mileage. That's a big savings.
Yeah.
And by cutting down friction and drag, for every 10 degrees you cut down the friction and drag, doubles the life of the engine. So by having the engine run cooler, it makes it last longer. Some people like the benefit of the range of the Amsoil. Amsoil's flash point is 425 degrees, and it pours at 50 below zero. Wow. If you ever tried petroleum oil when it's 10 below, it turns to honey. And in the summertime, petroleum oil thins out, and once it thins out, that's when it starts breaking down. So Amsoil's an all-season oil, can give you better gas mileage, longer engine life, less maintenance. It ends up being cheaper over a year's time running Amsoil than it is petroleum oils.
That's amazing. That's amazing. And Amsoil is available for pretty much any motorized vehicle, anything from lawn equipment, cars, trucks, boats, ATVs, motorcycles, snowmobiles.
Yep. And a lot of people phone me up and say, well, what's the benefit of our gear lube? Exactly what I told you about the engine oil. It pours in cold weather, it runs cooler, makes the equipment last longer. And they say, well, what's the benefit of the small engine? Same thing. Makes the engine run cooler, last longer, better performance. So it saves on all the applications that Amsoil has available.
Wonderful, wonderful. So yeah, let's talk now. Hopefully this has convinced people to think about maybe joining us in the Amsoil experience. Let's talk about some of the discounts and free shipping and how that all happens. I'm going to pop a graphic on the screen. And yeah, by all means, if you want to talk people through how this preferred customer program works.
Amsoil has a number of different programs. One of our main ones is a catalog customer, where somebody can order directly out of our catalog. If they order out of the catalog, they order $100 worth, Amsoil will ship it right to their house. But our best program is our preferred customer. For only $10 for 6 months, you become a preferred customer, you save 25% on all the product. You order $100 worth, they're going to give you free shipping. You don't have to order a whole case. You can mix and match. Say you want 4 bottles of small engine, 7 bottles of 5W30, and a couple of gear loops. You can mix and match. You can order 1 bottle at a time if you want. There's no minimums, no maximums. By being a preferred customer, you save over 25% on all the products you're going to buy. Amsoil sends you extra gifts, a $5 gift certificate on your birthday, $5 when you renew your account, and stuff like that. So it's a good way to save on some of the products you want to buy.
For sure. Yeah, it's an incredible value. And this is the deepest level of discount that anyone can get when ordering Amsoil. Is that correct?
It is.
Wonderful, wonderful. So let's take people through the step-by-step experience of placing an AMSOIL order. Then that would include signing up for the preferred customer discount, or sorry, preferred customer program, so they can receive those deepest levels of discount. So let's go to the website. This is what the website's going to look like. These are some screenshots. Once you go to amsoil.com, there's a link in the description, or you can just type that into a browser, amsoil.com. This is the page you land on. At the upper corner of the page there, you see how I've circled in red. That is the link to click, the Join Now link. That will take you to the preferred customer program page, where you can take advantage of all of these discounts and free shipping and everything that we've just been talking about. This is what that page looks like. In the lower right, you're going to click Join Now. This will pop up. You select the duration you'd like, whether it's 6 months or 12 months, and click Add to Cart. Now, once this pop-up goes away, you'll be back on the main page. And the upper left, you'll see where I've got that red arrow. It says Shop. Now you can start shopping for products, and on your very first order, you're going to get these discounts and the free shipping as long as it's over $100. You'll get all of these benefits right away. So once you click Shop, it's going to take you to the product page. There's different types of oils, lubricants, so on and so forth. For the benefit of this exercise we're doing now, I'm just going to click motor oil. It shows different types of motor oil. Let's click gasoline. Now this takes us to an item. It's their synthetic motor oil. And you can see the item there, and there's choices for different viscosities. But take a look at the price. Let's take a closer look. Let's zoom in. But if you've joined the preferred customer program first, you're going to automatically get the deepest levels of discount. That's what we're looking at here. You're saving $3.80 on that quart of oil. Instead of paying $16.29, you're now paying $12.49 for that quart of oil. That is the deepest level of discount you can possibly get. And then you just add the quantity that you'd like. You select any other items that you're thinking about, add them to the cart. And once you click Add to Cart for the final time, you're going to see this come up at the top of the screen. It's going to show your items and your the total that you're at so far. Pardon me. And then you just click View Cart in the upper right, and that'll take you to your cart. Take a close look here at the upper right. That blue box shows that you're getting free shipping. You're eligible for free shipping on this order because it's over $100. That little yellow box shows that you've got the preferred customer membership on your order that gives you the deepest levels of discounts for the next 6 to 12 months. And then below that, you've got the items that have been selected. For the exercise here, I selected 9 quarts of the signature series, but that brings us up over $100 for the free shipping. We're saving $34.20. And if you're ready to finish, you click Checkout Now, and that takes you to this screen here. If you haven't signed up with an AMSOIL account at this point, just click in the lower right to create an account, create a new account. It's going to ask you for some basic information, name and those types of things. Now let's take a closer look. You'll see this gray shaded box. This is a very important box. This is going to ask you if someone has referred you to AMSOIL. And if so, please enter my name. My name is Mike LaPierre. It's spelled right there on the screen for the correct spelling. And also the referral number, 304-555-94. That's how you make sure that Rob and I get credit for this. Now, in the interest of full disclosure, I have signed up for AMSOIL under Rob. So when you order using this referral number, Rob and I both benefit. So if you enjoy these podcasts that we're doing, this is a wonderful way to support the podcast, because when you order using this referral number, Rob and I both benefit. And the commissions I make go directly toward offsetting the cost of doing these podcasts. So I thank you in advance for that, for using my referral number. I very much appreciate it. And once you've done that, you just go into the next screen to enter your payment information, and you're done. Now, once you've placed your order that's over $100, and that order includes your AMSOIL preferred customer program, you are now eligible to get a free DVD from myself. Now, this is going to be either a muscle car DVD or a vintage snowmobile DVD. Use the email address on the screen, wkspodcasts@gmail.com. Send me an email. Let me know which DVD you would like me to send you, the muscle car or the vintage snowmobile DVD, and I'll get that right out to you. As you're typing in that email, in the subject line, be sure and type in capital letters, free DVD requests, so it stands out as I'm checking my email, and we'll get that right out to you. So I guess the last thing, Rob, that we wanted to talk about is if someone is considering AMSOIL as a business opportunity.
Yes. If anybody has a retail or a commercial account and they would like to buy directly from AMSOIL, just send Mike a line. He'll show you how to set up, and you can buy directly from AMSOIL. But if you are interested in starting your own part-time business, a part-time business that can grow into a full-time income, Mike and I will show you the AMSOIL marketing plan. AMSOIL has a large selection of products that cover almost every application. So it doesn't matter if you're into snowmobile, boating, or ATVing, or hot rods. We have an oil for every application. It's a fun type business that's I really enjoy doing. Where else can I go and have fun and make money doing it? And Mike and I are here to help you all the way along. If you need any help on how to promote or to find new accounts, we're here to help you.
For sure. So when you sign up under that number, this 304-555-94, you're getting Rob and I as a team. Now, Rob has been doing AMSOIL for 40 years. Can you believe that? 40 years. So he knows every aspect of this business, and he knows all of the ins and outs of the products. So he'll be able to help you with any kind of product questions or any kind of questions to show you the different business models that you can do with AMSOIL. And then the other thing that you get when you sign up under me is I've got a strong background in social media. So if you need some coaching on how to generate AMSOIL leads using Facebook and YouTube, I'm happy to coach you with that when you sign up under Rob and I. You get both of us as a team to help you, to coach you, to support you, whatever you need to get you off and running with this business and having fun with it. Like Rob said, it's an enormous amount of fun. If you're like Rob and I and you enjoy going to any kind of boat shows, car shows, motorcycle shows, snowmobile shows, anything with a motor, you like going to those shows, those events, those races, this is a great way to turn that into a income opportunity for you.
Yes, yes. And just by wearing my AMSOIL hat at one of these events, people come up and ask me about AMSOIL. People don't know where to buy it, and I'm there to help them, show them where they can buy the products.
Perfect. Well, cool. Well, this is great. Any final thoughts, Rob, before we wrap it up?
AMSOIL's a fun business. AMSOIL's been around since 1968. It was the first synthetic oil to be AI approved.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's amazing. And that's very early in the game too, isn't it?
Yes.
For sure. Well, good. Well, thank you so much, everyone, for viewing. Hopefully, we've gotten you excited as we are about the AMSOIL products. We'd love it if you could join us either as someone who uses the AMSOIL products or to join the AMSOIL team as a business opportunity. And we thank you so much for viewing. Have a great day.
You have a good day.